Yeah, look, when I first started discussing the option agreements with the two parties, one for the PIC deposit and one for the Winston mine site itself with First Quantum, I was always aware of the tailings and their potential. In the 2021 feasibility study from Metalum, it actually reports in there the recovery grades from the mining that took place between the late 80s and approximately 1999. And the recoveries of the gold in particular were extraordinarily low. We're talking year one was the best recoveries, and that was 20.54%. And from there, it dropped until they eventually just stopped reporting the grades after 3 years. So my suspicion has always been that gold has got to have gone somewhere. They weren't putting it back in the ground, they were putting it in a tailings pond. However, what has surprised me on this is the breadth of the commodity base and the grades of the entire suite. And we're talking here about hundreds and hundreds of millions of US dollars of commodity in that tailings pond. Now, obviously, we have to go forward with the metallurgical work to see what we can actually recover. But you already have seen from the assays that they're able to strip out the gold very quickly from the samples. And what is worth pointing out on these samples as well, there was a lot of organic matter in these samples because we were doing this from a boat and we was only able to get into sort of the first few hundred millimeters or 30 centimeters. And the tailings pond's been active since the late 80s. So there is always going to be a certain level of sediment within that. And indeed, in most of the samples, we did get quite a bit of sediment. So those grades is our belief that they will only increase anyways. But they were remarkably consistent, even considering that. And when you look at the Winston site, it has everything you could want in situ regarding infrastructure. It has an active tailings dam and water treatment program. First Quantum are running that while we hold the option, and they're financing that as well, I hasten to add. It has the electricity, it has a power station, a transformer, a big transformer for the site. It's still there, it's still working. It has all the road network, all the road access. And in fact, the topography of the tailings dam itself is such that the ground rises either side of it. So a dream scenario for us, and one that we are actively pursuing in an area where there's already buildings and there's already some plant, would be literally we could put a treatment plant next to the tailings pond, pump out the tailings, recover the ore, and stick the tailings straight back in. To find this and to have this in a tier one jurisdiction with such a high grade commodity suite in tailings is remarkable, as